Today, let's talk probate. Probate is the process of going through the court system when somebody has assets after they have passed away that need to get distributed among the beneficiaries. Probate is never a fun process, and it's one that requires an attorney and trusted professionals that you can rely upon and ask many questions for. In the state of Nevada, there are key takeaways to remember. Probate is a legal process of determining heirs and assets, and then from there it can be distributed to all the inheritors. Probate proceedings will typically go over the existence, the authority, and the legality of a will that the deceased person's wishes were at the time that the will was made. But another key takeaway is that probate can be initiated with or without a will. Probate is essential if a deceased person's estate is of higher value. It must go through that probate process. And the most important takeaway in all of this is to remember that probate can be avoided by having a living trust or other documents in place. It's about pre-planning. And in Nevada, there are 4 different types of probates. Some of these can be avoided completely if you do your pre-planning, but it also has to do with if there's a spouse, if there's beneficiaries, what the estate is worth, and also how many debts there are. So this can be a lengthy process. Like I said before, it requires trusted attorneys and professionals to help you through this process. It can also be very difficult if you're doing it from far away. Oftentimes, the beneficiaries do not live in the same state or city that the deceased person had lived in. And this further complicates things. It's already an emotional process that somebody must go through, but now you have to do it from afar. These are all things to think about when you're going through the probate process. Another thing that I want to bring up is that if a person does not pre-plan, and if they do not have any beneficiaries listed or that the coroner and county can find, then here in Nevada, Clark County Public Administrator will take over that probate process, and they will do their best to find beneficiaries. But if they do not, and they do try hard, trust me, but if they do not, then that estate actually goes back to the Nevada State General Fund. So it is important, if you own a home, if you have assets, please keep in mind, it's so important. Even though you don't want to think about death, your own death, anybody's death, but it is important to pre-plan. Let's avoid the probate process. Let's get your estate together and reach out to a trusted attorney and get things in alignment so that you can avoid probate for your beneficiaries. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. My name is Kimberly, and if you have any other further questions about probate, the process, or what you need to do to avoid probate in general, reach out. Contact me by either sending me a message or a phone call or an email, whatever's best for you, and I'm happy to help answer any of your questions and point you in the right direction.